There's a nice time-saving feature on the TI BA2 Plus calculator, business calculator, and that's how to figure net present value of uneven cash flows. And you'll be using this in several problems on your homework and tests, but I'm just going to go through it briefly. What you want to do, as always, is you want to go through and clear your calculator. So you want to hit second FV to clear all the time value of money keys, then second CE to clear all your other work that you've got in your calculator. And since you're doing cash flows, you want to hit CF key for cash flow. See, it's got CF0. Then hit second CE again, and that'll clear all the different cash flows that were inputted in your calculator. Remember, your calculator stores everything in your TVM keys and also in your cash flow keys unless you clear them. So that's what we just did. So if you press this down arrow, you can see there's cash flow 1 and it's got 0, and then the frequency for cash flow 1 is 0, cash flow 0. So they're all cleared right now, and that's what you want to start off with. So what these keys allow you to do is they allow you to input uneven cash flows in to your calculator and then get a net present value as long as you know the cash flows and you know the discount rate. So let's go through an example. I'll use some values that I have just offhand. For period 1 we had a dividend of $6, and then for period 2 a dividend of $8, for period 3 a dividend of $3, for period 4 a dividend of $1.80, and then the present value of all future dividends after that in period 4 is a $21 price. And this is one of the problems you actually have in your homework, but I'm just going to show you how to input this into your calculator. So again, you've got it on CF, hit the second and the CE key, that clears all cash flows. Now remember, D0 dividend 0 is not a cash flow that you're present cash flow, that's a past cash flow. Your first cash flow as far as dividends would be D1, so that would be cash flow 1. So you don't hit anything for CF0, you go down to C1, that's cash flow number 1. So in this case we had a $6 dividend, $6, and then you hit enter. Okay, and then it goes in. If you don't hit enter, if you just hit $6 and then you arrow down, your F will be F0 instead of F01 for frequency for the first cash flow. So you go down and see there's already a 1 that goes in it. That's an automatic with these things. So if there's only one of those cash flows, the frequency of that one cash flow, the $6, then you just arrow down. So we'll arrow down. And you can always arrow back up. Here's the arrow up key to get back in case you wanted to change something. You can get back to cash flow 1. You can arrow down to the frequency 1, cash flow 2. So the cash flow 2, we had an $8 dividend. So $8, enter. Okay, and it goes in. And then you hit the arrow down. The frequency for cash flow 2 is 1 because there's only one of those. So you can skip that. Now again, if you change the frequency, if you put a number in there, then you'd have to hit enter after you put that number in there. Okay, so now cash flow 3, we have $3. 3, enter. And then you arrow down. The frequency of that cash flow is only once. If you had 4 of those in a row, you could put 4 for your frequency, but we've only got 1. Okay, then the next dividend is $1.80, $1.80. Whoops. See, I screwed up right there. Clear that. Cash flow is 0. So for $3, for cash flow 3, 1 for the frequency for cash flow 3. Cash flow 4 I want to arrow down to. Cash flow 4 is $1.80, $1.80. Enter. And then that frequency is 1. And then we also had the price of the stock. It had a constant dividend after that, and the price of the stock was actually $21 in period 4 also. So instead of having that $1.80, there should have been $1.80 plus the $21, which was the price of the stock for the future dividends after period 4. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up. And see how I've got the $1.80? I'm going to add that $21 to it. So I'm going to make it $22.80. 22.8, enter. Now I've got both of those. I've got the dividend in year 4 plus the price of the future dividends for 5, 6, 7, 8, so on. The price P4 added together, and I'm going to discount it for 4 periods. You'll see that later on. So anyway, so you go down, the frequency for those is once, and then now it says CF5. Now I have no other cash flows because I combined the two together, and I combined the two together because they're both for period 4, dividend 4 and the price P4 for all the future dividends would be in the same period. So now you want to figure out what the present value, the net present value P0 is. So you hit net present value. Now it's going to ask you what interest rate. So what discount rate are you going to use? In this case, we use 14%. So you just type in 14, enter. And now that's the 14%. You've got that entered. And now hit net present value again. Oops. Oh, arrow down. Now net present value. Then hit compute. And it calculates it, and it's $26.94, and that is the answer to the problem. So what this does is this helps you put in all those different dividends. Instead of having to go through and dividend number 1 over 1.14 to the first, and then dividend number 2 over 1.14 to the second, plus dividend number 3 over 1.14 to the third, and etc. This allows you to do that. So now you found out the answer to that problem, $26.94. And that's called using uneven cash flows on the calculator. And again, so now if you want to clear, these numbers will stay in there. So you could arrow back up. There's the interest rate, there's the net present, well, the cash flows you'd have to hit cash flow, but the cash flow numbers will stay in there. See, there's 6 from period 1, there's 1 for the frequency, so just like the time value of money keys, you have to clear all these to get rid of them. So in this case, you're at cash flow, hit second, clear CE, and now if you arrow down, they're all cleared. Okay? It only goes, since you don't put anything into cash flow number 1, frequency number 1 won't have anything in it. So it really saves a lot of time when you're doing cash flows and you're trying to discount them back to P0. And so hopefully that helps you out.